Welcome to We Chat Football, the channel where we chat football. And yes, we're back live again. Was gonna wait until tomorrow to do this, but I'm like, I'm not sleeping for 2 hours just to get up and redo a stream that is about to start right now. So, um, I mean, unless you're living under a rock, you know what things are. Honestly, it seems like he's literally losing the fan base right now. Seems like there's nothing that he can do at this moment to pull the fans back in. Looks like it's going through the door right now for him. And really and truly, I don't want anybody to believe that I am an Arne slot backer or this is what I like doing, back in Arne slot in, blah, 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 blah. It is what it is. If he gets sacked, new manager comes in and we win. That's it. It's all about the club. No manager is bigger than the club. Player is bigger than the club. And I echo that right through. Now, the title of this one is like, are we in or are we out? And it's not whether we are Arne slot in or Arne slot out. It's the fact that are we in a title race or are we out of a title race? Now, losing to Manchester City has put us out of the title race, completely out of the title race. I don't think that that's even questioned. I think that's it. That's it. That's the end of it for us. Um, I don't think that there's from this point going forward we can crawl back enough points to get in that title race. I think this is it. We have to just consolidate the season, move on to next season, and see how it goes. Fan base is loud. A lot of people are complaining. A lot of people want him gone. A lot of people want him sacked, replaced with somebody else. Whoever that person might be, the fans know. Again, and I don't think there's a lot of people who actually care who the other person might be. All they want is to make sure that this type of football is being removed from the club. And it's dreadful. It's okay, we look good in certain games, but then we have the ultimate test, the match against Man City, where we needed to go out, stamp our authority, show that, listen, take us serious. We're going to push on. We're going to challenge Arsenal. And we look a shadow of ourselves, an absolute shadow of ourselves out there on the field, where you couldn't tell, you honestly couldn't tell who is, um, like, who was the defending champions. Like, this team won the Premier League last season. It is the team is so far away stripped from that. And the fact of the matter is that should not be the case. Okay, we lose maybe a few players from the starting 11 last season. And it's not just the style of play that is very concerning, it's the energy. There was no fight, there was no drive, there was nothing in the start of that game when we played against Manchester City over the weekend. Nothing added to that game. It was just, yeah. Like the first half, I was watching the first half and it was dreaded. I was dreading watching the first half because it was that bad. And I'm like, okay, how can we be this bad in a game like Manchester City, a game where we should be up for? For some reason, the players aren't up for the games. Who does that lie on? Does that lie on the manager? Is that lie on the players? For some reason, he can't motivate the players to get up for games like this, which shouldn't be the case. This should be very, very, very easy to motivate these players for. We played Manchester United. Not my sorry, we played Manchester City. Can't be motivated for that. The same thing for Manchester United. Can't get the players motivated for that. No, I am not on the slot out, slot in. It's fix up or move out. And what I'm seeing in these big games is that he's struggling to fix up. And if he's struggling to fix up, then you gotta go. Maybe things can change. Maybe you can come back. You can swing the fans around. Maybe you can turn it around. There's still lots of a competition to play for. We still have the Champions League to play for. We're not in the League Cup anymore because we're out of that. You play the kids, we're out of that. So we're not in the League Cup anymore. However, we're still in the Champions League. And while we're in the Champions League, we need to try and win that. No, if we're going to play against some of the big teams, like what we play against City, yes, I know. We played against Real Madrid. Yes, I know. We smashed Real Madrid. Okay. But we came into the City game after 2 wins. This is where you need to prove your doubters wrong. This is where you need to turn the fan base around to say that, you know what, I have this under control. Didn't work. To be fair, I'm tired of hearing players coming out like Virgil, all these players saying, "Oh yeah, it's got to turn around, blah blah, working on it, all that kind of stuff." And then you look at their performances on the field, and it doesn't match what they're saying. So they're coming in press conference saying one thing, it's not the same on the field. And yes, I am calling out a lot of these players because again, leaders, you're supposed to lead. You're not leading. There is, I'm just trying to find the best word to put it. Like, I gave it some time to just simmer and just think about it to go from there. We didn't try to win any second balls. Again, we're back to that again. Not winning second balls. Again, we're back at showing no passion. Again, it's not about a passion merchant or whatever, but there was no passion. There was no City player has the ball, picks up the ball in space. Let's foul him, so therefore he can't get any, um, he can't go anywhere. No, City was doing that. As soon as Liverpool picked up the ball, looked like we're going to put something together, there's a foul. We're not interrupting the way City's played. We're just letting them play. Just letting them. Oh no, we don't need to foul you. No, we don't need to tackle. No, we don't need to do this. If the manager no can't get his ideas across to the players, can't put stuff in place to say that, okay, this is not going to be tolerated at the club, then he has to go. Because again, it's not much getting his tactics right or getting his tactics wrong. It's about motivating the team to put in that effort on the field. And they're not putting in the effort. There was no effort in the City game. None. After City's already up 2-3, then we're trying to start to play. Then we're looking like we want to come alive. Then we play for about 10-15 minutes in the second half and it's back to it again. Back to the same old again. We can point at decisions. Okay, the what do you call it? The goal that Van Dijk scored. Oh, VAR is the reason why that didn't stand. But then we can point to that Konate wasn't strong enough against Haaland for that goal, the first goal. We can point to that Van Dijk or nobody in the midfield went to close down. And better yet, Van Dijk didn't even try to stop the ball that was going by his foot. He saw it. He just barely pushed his foot out, which moved the ball away from Mamadashvili. Right? We can look at the attack, but at the other end of it is we look at the defense as well. So the attack, the midfield, the defense, all disjointed. This is something that we've been talking about. All disjointed. Few games back to back, we look good. We look good against Real Madrid. We look good against Aston Villa. But we can't do it 3 games in a row. This is what I'm getting at right now. It's if you're not able to motivate the team, to get the team going forward, best thing to do is to pack your bags and go. Get somebody else in that can do it. Right? I am not with the, listen, you get some time, but you have to prove that you can get the time. At this moment in time, All we're looking against the big teams, we're looking like absolutely crap. And it's just a basic, it's just a fundamental basics that we are missing. Not running it enough, not putting in the effort tackling, not closing your man down, not fouling your man so he doesn't run 50, 60 yards through your team. These are basic stuff that you have to get in if you want to win games. If you want to win games of football, you have to stop the other team from playing and then play your style of football. Commentators will say, well, he went out to stop City from scoring rather than trying to score himself. Did he? Or did the players? Who is to be blamed? Who knows? Okay, the manager might set up wrong, but that doesn't excuse the players from not even trying, from not running enough, from not fouling when to stop a counter attack, from not doing anything. I sat there watched 45 minutes of Liverpool doing nothing, playing against Manchester City. To the point where now I have to be questioning, does the players are playing for the manager to be sacked? Came out, the board vote of confidence. The board backs him. Okay, we know what that means. None of us start watching football this year. We all know what that means. Once the board comes out and said that you are a man, we're backing you, that's pretty much them saying, yeah, we see that the results are shit. We see that things need to be improved. But for this moment in time, we're going to be backing him just to see if he can improve it. The fact that they have to come out and say this shows that, yeah, your time is coming up, it's coming to an end. And it's really sad because, again, he's a really good manager. I think he's a good manager. I think he wants to play his style of football. The problem is your style of football does not work in the Prem. And if your style of football doesn't work in your Prem, you have to adapt. You came in with a high energy football team. You played that way last season. You tweaked that little thing. You see it work. Tweak. Not even making strategic changes anymore. It's just throwing caution to the wind. We're not picking players that are on form. We're not doing anything anymore. Like last season, it was, oh, we were behind. Okay, you made tactical change here. You do this, you did that. Look so refreshing. Game one. This season, it's like you're lost for what you need to do. And again, as I said, I want him to turn it around because if he's able to turn it around, that simply means that Liverpool is winning. But at the same time, is this, if you're failing to turn it around, no matter how much I think that you are a good manager, but if you're failing to turn it around, you have to go. Because again, at the end of the day, we shouldn't be this bad. We are so bad. And it's not to the point where you can look at it and be like, yeah, it's the players aren't trying. But why is the players aren't trying? Why? Why is it that some players get play no matter what? No matter what their performance is, they get play. Some players, no matter how well they perform, can't get a game and get crappy minutes or play with the worst teams. You realize that we ain't having nothing going forward. We need something different going forward. Who has been the one player this season that has given us something different going forward? Oh, Chiesa. Okay, so first attacking substitution needs to be made. So we're gonna bring Chiesa on, right? No. We're not gonna bring Chiesa on. Not bringing Chiesa on playing wide because we need to stretch Man City wide to get Eketike in the game. No. Let's take out Eketike out the game, right? And McAllister, and put in Cody Gakpo and Jones. Why not just take Wirtz out the field, off the game completely? Because he's having a stinker. Pull him out. Put Kays on and put Curtis Jones on. Leave Ekatike up front. The chance that we created that fell to when the changes happened, the chance that was created that fell to Gakpo, Ekatike buried that. You have your striker, we're down a goal, and you're taking your striker off the field to leave one player on the field that's not producing anything. And this constantly happens. It's a story of the season this season where players who are performing is not getting any game. There is no justification why Chiesa isn't getting better minutes. Okay, he doesn't start. Why can't he get better minutes? Why can't Curtis Jones start? We're going up against Manchester City that has a lot of energy. Why not start Sabasai, Jones, and Graf? Yes, I hear everybody saying that, oh, just run the midfield that played against those couple of games. Okay, I get that, but you have to make changes as well because you have to understand who you're playing against. We all know Curtis Jones will control the game. He will break the play up. He'll help Sabasai out. He'll move. Both of them will help progress the ball going forward. But we also need a better option out wide. And again, I know you're trying to start Wirtz. You put Wirtz in. Wirtz doesn't work. Pull him. Put Chiesa in. Halftime. We play like shit in the first half, and there's no changes at halftime. Nobody looks like they went to the dressing room and there was pressure on them to get out there and perform. Nobody looked like that. What it looks like is that they went in and you said, go out there and fix it. No. Pull people off the field. People who weren't performing in the first half. Get them off. Put people on who are performing, who wants to perform, who has done what it needs to do to get into the starting 11, but you're still not playing them. They're still not getting any game. Like, okay, Curtis Jones played one game. You know that after 2 games, McAllister can't play the 3rd game in a row because he's coming back from injury. He's not fully fit. Against your better judgment, you pull McAllister out, put Curtis in. We all know this. This is what we've been dealing with all season. And then we don't have anybody to stretch the play out left. You have Salah on one side, and then you have Wirtz on the other side. Fair enough. Wirtz, everybody was calling for Wirtz to play. You play Wirtz. You realize that it's not working. You pull Wirtz off at halftime. You put Chiesa in. No, you put Cody Gakpo in. But you put Cody Gakpo in after you remove the striker from the team and put the one player on the field that wasn't doing shit all game to play center forward. Like, I would love to say, you know what? Maybe it's not the players. Maybe it's not the manager. Maybe it's just the players that want to give up. But again, if I was playing, I might be giving up too. Because it's like, what the hell does this and this player has to do to get a game, to get a start in? And yes, it's Arne Slot fix up, but you ain't fixing up. So if you're not fixing up, gotta go. Get somebody else in. We can't keep doing this. Every time we hit a game or a big game, this is what happens. And it's the same thing that's been happening all season. It's the same thing everybody's complaining about. It's the same thing I've been complaining about all season. Players who play good, that deserve to get good minutes, doesn't get on the field. Players who don't really offer much get on the field. There's too much favorites under this manager. Way too much favorites. Like, completely way too much favorites. Last season, it was the case where we have players last season deserved minutes on the field, didn't play them. No matter how one player was stinking out the game, right? Causing goals on top of goals on top of goals on top of goals, would rather put him on the field than give somebody else a chance. Having the same thing this season again. How can you remove Eketike off the field when you haven't set up anything to create any chances for him? Then you remove him from the field to keep the one player on the field that hasn't produced anything all game. Verts isn't one season and he's gone. He's gonna be here for a while. So if he's not performing in the first season, that's okay. There's players that are performing, and he can slowly work himself into the team. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with allowing a player to work themselves into the team. But no, you keep forcing the issue, playing the player out of position just to keep him on the field. Yes, I know you sold him a dream, but guess what? Sometimes dreams are nightmares. Sit on the bench. I still don't understand what some players have to do to get a run of games in the team. And I still don't understand what some players have to do to go on the damn bench. And that's just facts. I have no clue. I'm lost for words with the manager right now. I don't know. I don't even think he knows what's happening because he's standing on the sideline looking clueless. 2-0 down and he's looking clueless. Last season, oh no, he would make some form of changes while the game is happening, move pieces around to stop things. This season, he's just standing there looking clueless. Just standing on the sideline looking clueless. It's, again, thanks for the league. Thanks for the league last season. But if this is what we're going to be dealing with second season, then go. My problem is not the fact that, okay, then we're losing. That's not even the biggest problem that I'm finding that I have with the situation right now. It's not the fact that we're losing. It's the fact that the manager isn't trying anything in game to counteract what's happening on the field. That's where the problem is coming in. He's not trying anything. Things are going bad on the field, and he's just standing there watching it. The fact that things are going bad and we could have still tried to rescue something from the game against City. Okay, we can't see two. Still, we have a second half. We could get something out of the game if we went back in, put the right players on the field. But your substitutions now don't even make sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You haven't tried anything to stop anything from happening. Whatever is happening, you're just allowing it to happen. Look, Man City is pressing the shit out of us, and they're forcing the ball to Konate because they realize that he's the weakest link. Okay, we've seen that. The blind person who's in the disability stand sees that they're just forcing it to Konate and then winning back the ball. What does the manager do? Stand and watch it. Nothing. No changes. Don't try to change anything. Right? Don't try to drop maybe one of the playmakers, have them dropping in for a deep line playmaker to disrupt what City's trying to do. No. Just let them go at it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's it. How many times can I get the ball with nowhere to pass it to? Tons. It's not like we don't see it all season. Haaland is marking Van Dijk, marking him out of the game. Then they stand on and you don't do anything to change it. Nothing at all. No tactical change, nothing. This, you should have seen, this happened from the first 5 minutes. It's clear to see that was the case. That they're doing this to put Konate under pressure, but we still pass it out to Konate. Still, look across the field. No movement. Nobody's running into space. Nobody's trying to get the ball. Nothing. Does the manager get up and said, "Come on, guys, move. You're not moving. Get off. Get somebody else." Ken, you don't see it working. You're quick to pull Kwanzaa off the field last season. You're quick to make that substitution early last season. Where is that manager? Where's that manager that was ruthless in making those changes? Where's that manager that was like, oh, I see something happening, oh, I'll just change it like that. Quick kind of technical draw. Is it you or is it Heitinger? Because it's funny that as soon as Heitinger left, all these things that you were doing is gone as well. Did he take your coaching book with him? So you're out of ideas now? Like, I have no clue where to go from here. Like, what do we do? I can't go saying, okay, you deserve to stay, because then guess what? When somebody asks me, okay, why does he deserve to stay? He won us the league. Okay, then, but what is he doing this season after winning you the league last season? Absolutely nothing. If he was a rival manager, we would all be happy. We would all be laughing. Oh my God, look how bad they look. Oh, they definitely should keep him because of how bad he is. And again, my thing is, you just don't get bad overnight. So what is the underlying problem here? Why it's looking so bad? I don't think that you just go from winning a league here to being shit the next season. What happened? What happened between here? Why we're looking so bad? And I don't know if we'll ever know. Maybe in a few years when a book get released and then you hear about what happened. But I just still don't get why we are so bad. Nobody can explain it. It's literally one of the things where even the people who want you sacked can't explain why we are so bad. The people who want you to stay can't explain why you're so bad. I don't even think the board can explain why you're so bad. It's just that they just can't find anybody right at this moment to replace you that fit the mold of what they want to do right at this moment, because they didn't expect you to be this bad. You can't go from, okay, I know we might not return the league going into the summer before all the signings start coming in. I know we got the players. Manager need to find a system to play the players. Fine. There's adoption period. There's periods between when a player comes into a club to when that player can actually manage the league. Sometimes it takes a longer time for that to happen. Sometimes it happens right away. However, when the manager realizes that in this case, there might be a problem where the players are not adjusting to the league, play the players who have been adjusted to the league. The players went out and they show you. All of them who is fighting for a spot show you, I am ready. Coach, put me in. Ready to go. Coach, put me ready to go. Coach is like, I can't hear you. I got my blinders on right now. I'm too focused on nothing. And that's it. But yeah, that's my half an hour Liverpool rant. Normally I just do half an hour. Technically been streaming now since 11:45. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And I've been streaming since 11:45 because I was doing some game, having some fun, because I wanted to do that before do this, because I know what's going to happen. Then I'm going to get some sleep and get to work tomorrow. But yeah, I had to wake up to watch that type of dross that was put out. But on further news, it looks like Konate is about to sign a new deal, which I am happy about. because we're not. I can't afford for another player to just walk through the door. So that looks like that's gonna come through. Looks like he's about to sign a new deal. But the question still remains, and the question still has to be asked: what the hell is wrong with Arne Slot? What happened? I think the biggest question is: did Heitinger took your coaching book with him when he left? Because this new person that you brought in as a new assistant, I don't know, man. He ain't assisting you. He's just looking at you standing out there droning, man. You're a droning man right now. And the person who you brought in to help is just looking at you droning. Nothing. Nothing from your assistants. Nothing. You're just out there on your own, drowning. Fix up or get out. That's just it. Fix up or go. It is bad and it's not the result. We can lose 5 games so far this season. But if we lose 5 games and doing the fundamentals and getting the fundamentals right, getting the press, doing all that kind of stuff. But guess what happened? We were outplayed because the other teams were just better. But we did everything that we could do to win the game. But the other team was just better. That's not what we're seeing. We're not even seeing that. What we're seeing is a manager looks like he lost the dressing room because he can't tell the players what to do. The players who just decide that don't give two shits. The writing's on the wall, and that's it. We might just have to move you on and get somebody else in because the writing is on the wall. We don't lose 5 out of your first 11 in a new season, and it's in the manner that you lose it to. Again, it's not the 3-0 versus Manchester City. We have lost games with higher margins against Manchester City. But even when we lost it with higher margins, we have never played this bad. To the point where nobody wants to play. Nobody tried to play. Everybody's just walking around on the field. I've never ever seen it this bad. Where the disconnect between manager and players is this big. And I've I've been through the worst times, the John Josh Elvey times. I've been through all of that. And we're never this bad. And the worst part is the quality that we have with the lack of effort that's been shown on the field. It's ridiculous. So something has to give. Something really has to give. The results, yes, we could have gone out there, done everything, and still have lost 5 games this season. The problem is we didn't. We haven't gone out there and done everything. From Salah walking around on the field, this is just the season in prospect. This is not just the Manchester City game. Salah walking around on the field, still getting played. Gakpo walking around on the field, still getting played. Verts dropping stinkers, still getting played. But then you look around. Curtis Jones comes in, have a nice game. Okay, bring Curtis back in. No, nowhere to be found. Chiesa shows up, does a mad thing, scoring goals. Okay, Chiesa should get game. No, he stays on the bench. Why do we need him on the field? It's a constant about the whole season. Rio, come on, win the game against Newcastle. Okay, the kid is gonna get some chances now, right? No. Kid is gonna be sitting on the bench every single game, traveling up and down the country to say that Yeah, I'm a part of Liverpool first team squad. Kanate having stinkers. Van Dijk having stinkers. Nope. Not playing anybody else. Nobody else is getting played. If they're not playing, nobody else is getting played. This is the problem. This is a massive problem. And the only person that's causing this problem is the manager. Fact is, he's not even trying to do anything to fix it. Anyways, people, trying to get to 200 subscribers. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like the video if you want to like the video. This is where I'm going to end it. I'm going to go to bed, get some sleep, and head to work tomorrow morning. All right, peace. Catch you on the other one.